What is good, everybody? It is Frosty ID. I have something on my mind that I really got to get off my chest because I've been dealing with people that I guess they don't really see where I'm coming from when it comes to certain topics and stuff. So basically, I'm an adult, like most of you know. But as an adult, in my personal life, like with Balmy, with Forrest, with my other siblings, and also with my with the other siblings, which I will not name right now. I really have to come up with names with them for a reason. But with them, with my parents, with my aunts, with my uncles, with my grandmas, with my grandpas, with my estranged family, the people that I've seen, there is a very, 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 very slim chance of people coming away with relationships or really tight bonds formed where they can make a long-term relationship and a soulmate sort of thing happen if it does not happen within the point of their teenage years or their 20s. I feel like this is the make or break area from my perspective, anecdotally, because from what I've observed, it hasn't been able to happen for most of the people in my life. It hasn't been able to happen. Once that point ends and somebody's broken up or somebody gets out of a relationship or somebody loses whatever, it's done. They're done for the rest of their life. They're done. It could happen when they're 60, right? They get broken up when they're 60. No, when they're 60. When they're 30. They get broken up when they're 30. They're in their 60s now. You telling me for 30 years you have not been able to find anybody else interested in the same thing that you are? 30 years. Man, woman, etc. Right? And on the men front, I can understand, like I can see like some people, like one of my uncles and also my dad finding people, quote unquote, but they didn't really find people because they're still talking to the same people that they're actually in love with in their 20s and teenager years. They're still talking with these people, right? It's because, I mean, it's not just because of the children, right? It's because there's like a bond there that cannot be, like, you know what I'm saying, easily replaced or misplaced by a new person. And it's because of fixed intelligence. I mean, it's because of crystallized intelligence, not fixed intelligence, crystallized intelligence and fluid intelligence, right? Fluid intelligence, you're fluid. There's a lot of stuff. You're not set in stone. Your traits and everything are not set in stone. When you hit an age, 25, 26, where you have crystallized intelligence and a lot of your personality traits and your aptitudes are set in place, your views and stuff like that, you kind of know yourself. You know what you want. You know what you want to do, sort of, at least. I'm not going to say I know everything. You become more rigid. You can't really, like, you're not malleable to certain demands and certain things and people like figuring themselves out and stuff like that. You're not malleable to any of that stuff anymore. It's either you like this person or you don't. And at that point, also, it's like it's either you like this person or you don't. And also on top of that, it's there's no kind of room to grow together because you already know what you like. You already know what you like. They already know what they like. All right. And it would be something for two compatible people to get together. But like, it just, I don't know. I don't know what the statistics are of people getting together when they're a little bit older in their adults age, 30, 40s, and staying together and like having like really long-term, very great relationship, right? And not getting divorced, not getting split up or whatever. I don't know what the rate is. I really don't. But I know the rate on high school sweethearts is low, you know, of them staying together and whatever. But still, like, I mean, at least you still have your 20s, right? But it's like, it's almost up for me, man. The time limit is almost up. And people keep telling me, oh, you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your business. You need to focus on that. You need to focus on this. I don't have time to do that. I am focusing on myself, obviously. That's why I'm talking to you guys. That's why it's YouTube channel, whatever. I'm writing. I'm doing a lot of stuff in the background. But at the same time, I don't know why you can't be focused on two different things at once that you want out of life, especially if you really want a romantic kind of thing. And not even just romantic thing, companionship. You know what I'm saying? Like, the main reason why I'm doing this, why I started most of this stuff, is because I want a community that kind of understands me, because I've had a difficult time being understood by people, and people have written me off, and people have assumed things about me without hearing my side of the story, and I'm not able to really explain myself in a way that I would like to, I guess, like in the best way, right? If I talk to somebody else that understands me about what I'm trying to say, they usually have a better way of putting together what I was attempting to say than I do trying to explain it to the person at the time, right? And that's been a big problem with me throughout life. And that's why, I've been on YouTube for a long time. I have gone down the pipe hole of looking down charismatic videos and like how to socialize and how to do this and how to do all this and how to do that. And so it's I just don't really have a lot of people that I think I can confide in very confidently, and maybe that is how most people feel. Most people cannot confide in people. Most people don't have people that have their back. Maybe they have so many people that scratch different itches, that hit different niches that they can talk to. And maybe I have to be like that, but so far I really haven't found anybody that I can just walk over and just be like, hey, this is, especially when people are trying to understand me. But I have to understand when people are trying to understand me for the worse and when people are trying to understand me for the better. When they don't have my good interests in mind, I shouldn't explain things to them, even though they're demanding that I explain things to them, right? And that I make things clear. It's okay for them to jump to conclusions, especially if they're like, okay, I care about you, but you don't really think they really care about you, because they're making a lot of, I guess, really bad assumptions of you and stuff like that. And if you hear people coming to you with information that you've told them, that it's like, well, I mean, I'm not just giving out this information to everybody, or else everybody would know, right? But anyway, the point is, so I don't think I have a lot of time. I think if it is the case, so here's the case, here's a scenario that could happen. So the scenario that could happen is that, hey, Frosty ends up alone for the rest of his life, right? I would be very sad. The reason why I would be very sad is because a lot of the reason why things, a big point of conflict in my previous endeavors in relationships have been because of a certain thing. But if I'm not able to have another relationship or anything like that, then there's really no point in going on. You know what I'm saying? There's not really a good reason to keep going on if because I had a major goal tied to a romantic partnership, but if there is no more, then I don't really see it's gonna make me regret a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna make me regret a lot, okay? A lot of my choices regarding that, because I could have stayed in a happy place, right? Instead of looking and trying to challenge myself by being out here and stuff like that. So I was definitely happy. It would just be too much for me to handle right now, especially when things I guess are not going well right now. So anyway, I know how tough human beings are and stuff like that, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, it wouldn't be ideal for me at this time in my situation right now. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and like and subscribe. But that's just the iceberg right now. That's what's going on with me. That's what I'm thinking about. I haven't really done any deep research on this topic, but that's just how I feel. Anyway, again, hope you have a great day, and bye-bye.